how to be better people in this world. Hey fam, how are you doing today? My name is Tobi Achudume and you are welcome to this channel. So here we talk about topics, tips and tricks that will help us grow ultimately to the best versions of ourselves. So if that is something that you're interested in, then you should definitely subscribe and join this family. So today we would be talking about how to be a better person, or how to be better people, how to live a normal life, how to be a normal person in the society that we find ourselves in right now. So 2020 has been interesting for all of us. We have gone from staying safe, from being infected by a world pandemic, to protests and riots and just plain confusion in the world. I mean, I low-key blame most of us that had Vision 2020 plans set up. We put so much pressure on 2020 and 2020 turned out like this. No shade. So before we get right into this video, I would first like to apologize in case I come out too strong or too forceful in this video. I apologize in advance. Thank you. I have had to wake up each day for the past few weeks or maybe months to remind myself daily to choose joy, to choose hope, to choose to pray for the world, pray for people. And I know we would most often say prayer is not the only solution, but I honestly believe that prayer is one of the solutions, one of the things that we have to do, and we have to do daily. Because for me, prayer is not just throwing things at God and asking Him for what we want, our selfish needs, our public needs, our family needs, but prayer is a conversation. So most often it's for me to have a conversation with God. It's just a conversation. I know we would mostly say that prayer is not the solution, or prayer is not just what we should be doing. And yes, I agree, it's not just to pray, but prayer is part of the things that I think we need to do, even as humans, as children of God, as people. We need to pray and just remind ourselves that there is still hope. As long as there is God, there is still hope. We cannot lose hope in these things. Anyways, that being said, today I would be sharing with you how to be a better person, how to be a more loving person. Because for me, one way to sum up all of these things that is going on in the world presently and in this year generally is hate. Hate as in H-E-T-E. There is so much hate in the world that we almost see it as normal. It has become a normal thing. And the fact that it is normalized doesn't mean that it is good. It is never okay to hate anybody. And I know there are different ways that we can sum up what is going on in the world, but for me, the most thing I see is that there is more hate in the world than there is love. And this is funny and weird to me at the same time, because in my opinion, it's easier to love than to hate. To love is less stressful. There is more peace of mind with love. But with hate is you are constantly thinking of evil. You're thinking of the next bad thing to do. You're thinking of the next pain to cause or the next person to hurt. I do not understand how that has become a norm in the world that was created based on love. Love really makes the world go round. I mean, Jesus Christ gave two major commandments. He says first, love God, and then second one, love your neighbor as yourself. So we're supposed to love other people, humans, persons, as we love ourselves. We cannot hurt ourselves. We cannot cut ourselves intentionally. Why would it be fun for us to cause or inflict pain on somebody else? Think about it. So I'm not going to go into details of all the scary things that are going on in the world today. We have CNN and other social media platforms to shed more light on what is going on in the world. But today, here, I'm going to share with you, in my opinion, the things or the tips that I think would help us be better individuals, better humans, more loving people that can coexist with others. So the first thing I would like to point out is that as much as you see yourself as human, as a person, the next person is also a person. The person is also human. That means as much as you have blood running through your veins, that person also has blood running through his or her veins. That means the person also has feelings. The person would feel hurt, the person would feel pain, the person would feel damage. Any sort of feeling that you can feel, the other person can feel it as well. If we know this, then you would know that causing hurt to somebody is not something that you want to do, because you don't want somebody else to cause hurt to you. So if you don't want somebody else to hurt you, then you should not be thinking of hurting other people. It just makes you inhuman. Secondly, what you cannot take, don't dish out. If you cannot take insult, don't insult somebody. If you cannot take pain, don't cause pain for somebody else. If you cannot take it when somebody steps on your toes, guess what? Don't step on other people's toes, at least not intentionally. Because if you cannot take it, then the chances are that the other person cannot take it as well. I know that there are different things that you can take or you cannot take that others may take or not take. But just be conscious of the fact that this person could also not be able to take this. So I should not do this to the person. So if you cannot take hurt, don't cause hurt for somebody. Thirdly, let's stop normalizing bad. Let's stop normalizing evil. That everybody is doing it doesn't make it good. It just makes it a popular bad thing. So if it is bad, if it is evil, don't normalize it. Don't see it as a norm. Don't see it as normal to be insultive. Don't see it as normal to insult somebody. Don't see it as normal to rape somebody. Don't see it as normal to kill somebody. It is not normal. The fact that it is done by majority of people doesn't make it normal or right for us to do it as well. So I lost count of the number that I am in right now. But another thing to take note of is self-control. We have self-control. One of the things that God put in us when He was creating us is self-control. So you can say no and you can say yes. You have self-control. Learn to use it. Exercising self-control doesn't make you a weak person. It just makes you a strong person. So if you want something that you can't have, if you want something that is not yours to have or is not yours to take or is not yours to keep, then say no. Stay away from it. You don't have to take it. You don't have to use it. It's not yours. So exercise your power of self-control and stay away from things that are not yours to have. Another point to take note of is that you should think of your actions before you commit them and think of the effect of your actions before you commit them. What I mean by this is that before you do something, think of how it will affect the person you want to do it to. Think of the effect of your choices for yourself and for the next person, the person you're about to do whatever it is that you want to do. Because it could be fun for you at the time you want to do it, but that doesn't make it fun for the person that you're going to do it to. For example, 5 minutes of pleasure that a perpetrator gets from raping someone cannot in any way be compared to a lifetime of damage that is caused by the victim. We have no idea of how much pain or damage that what we do when we do evil to other people does to them. It does so much damage to others that I am almost sure that we cannot take it if somebody else does that to us. So think of the effect of your action. Think of the effect of your choices before you commit it. One of the gifts that God gave us or blessed us with is the gift of choice. But that doesn't mean you should choose everything. It doesn't mean that you go about choosing every single thing that you see. The fact that you have the gift of choice means you can choose to do this or this. Doesn't mean you do everything that you see other people doing. You can choose good and let evil go. You can choose good and let bad go. And finally, the most important point that I think should be emphasized is that love is a decision. So as much as it is easy for us to choose to do evil, it is also easy to choose love. Love is a decision that I think we should all be intentional about choosing. You can choose to show love than choose hate, because love makes us better people. Love makes the world go round. We are in this world because of the love of God for us. So we should learn to exercise love and show love to others. It pays to be loving. It pays to show more love than to be hateful. Love is more attractive. The fact that you see more evil, you see more hate, you see more problems in the world doesn't make it attractive. Love is attractive. Love is attractive and love is beautiful. So let's be intentional about choosing love. Let's be intentional about always being the loving person, being a caring person. Be intentional about what it is that you do to others to make them feel better, to make them feel important. It doesn't help anybody to rip each other. Let's stop ripping each other off. Let's stop causing damage and hurt to people. You don't have to know them to cause hurt, but just stop causing hurt. Let's live in a more loving society. And living in a more loving society starts from individuals. It starts from the family. It starts from friends. It starts from individual people. You choose or decide to be a more loving person. Show love to others and let that reciprocate. Let us expand the community of love rather than perpetrating hate, evil, and causing damage. It makes no sense to enjoy causing hurt or damage to other people. It makes no sense to enjoy taking what is not yours, either in life. It makes no sense in hurting somebody, either intentionally or unintentionally. It makes no sense in raping somebody, killing somebody, stabbing somebody. It absolutely makes no sense. So let's be intentional about choosing love all the time. And one thing that I remind myself constantly this year is that though it may have started off rough or patchy, 2020 is not over. There are still 7 months in this year, 7 months that could still be good, 7 months that could still be great testimonies, 7 months that we could still share more happy moments. So 2020 is not all bad. Let's not lose hope, let's not lose faith, let's not lose joy. Let's just be intentional, consistent about doing good and being good people. So that's it from me for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. So I had a completely different video to put out this week, but oh well, I'll put that out next week. So you should definitely stay tuned for that one. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for subscribing, leaving your comments and giving this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.